Coming up on the show, we've got a Dillon Gabriel trade rumor we're going to look at here. I've been saying it for months. Can it actually come to fruition? Then, some more Browns trade rumors that are going hot on ESPN. And finally, the latest free agency news. We're a day away from free agency frenzy. Monday is going to be crazy, folks. We'll be live on the channel, so don't miss out. But today, we're going to dive into all the rumors. And if you want the Browns to make a great move next week, I'm talking you get the notification, blockbuster, a big signing. Browns get Tyler Linderbaum. They trade for Marvin Harrison. Whatever it is, if you want something great, like the video right now. I'd be tapping that like button, man. Let's get a game changer next week. I'm excited. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I am your host, Joey O'Donnell, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is that Dillon Gabriel trade rumor. Mary Kay officially reports that Gabriel is not really in the mix to start at all, and he could get traded for a late draft pick. I've been saying this for a little while now. I'm glad that it's starting to get more national buzz. It's getting reported in the media here because I do think that's the most likely case for how this thing plays out with Dillon Gabriel. He is not in the mix to be the Browns starting quarterback, okay? It's Shedeur, maybe Watson, and whoever else they bring in externally, right? And remember, you can go back. I literally said that verbatim. I reported this weeks ago. There's me, my Rockin' Jean shirt at the time. Gabriel is out of the mix. I told you, we saw the sample size, just doesn't have the makings of a successful quarterback to start in this league, quite frankly. No arm strength, doesn't move out of the pocket, and so it's a bad combination for a shorter quarterback. I think the Browns are moving on. Now, who would actually trade for Dillon Gabriel at this point? Well, remember, the Browns took him with a third-round pick. I don't think you're getting a third-round pick for Dillon Gabriel in this scenario. But our old friend, Kevin Stefanski, is over in Atlanta. He loved Dillon Gabriel. He picked Dillon Gabriel, hand-picked him out of the NFL draft. And so if anyone's going to make this deal, why wouldn't it be the Atlanta Falcons? But the Falcons, unfortunately, they don't have a fifth-round pick. That I think would be the perfect value for Dillon Gabriel. So instead, I've cooked up the Falcons giving us a fourth-round pick, which would be great for Cleveland, but they're not going to straight up give up a fourth for Dillon Gabriel. Nobody would. So Cleveland's going to have to throw in a fifth to be able to get a fourth, right? So you see Cleveland could move back up into the fourth round to go pick at pick 114. And then how ironic is this? I thought the Browns could trade pick 144, which is the exact pick they took Shedeur Sanders with last year, this time to dump off Dillon Gabriel. Why do I think this will be literally perfect? If this is going to happen, this could be how it works. But would you accept this trade? Let me know in the comments section. Type A for accept, type D for decline if you'd be in on this deal. I say why not? If you can get a pick for Dillon Gabriel, if he's not in your plans at all, that's totally fine with me. If the Browns can't unload him, he'll probably just be a backup on the Browns roster on a rookie deal for a couple years. But again, I think they're going to look externally, so you won't need Dillon Gabriel if you're bringing another quarterback in. Anyway, let me know if you would make this trade. Before we continue on with the video, let's get a word from our sponsor, and then we'll dive into some rumors. Before we continue on with the video, here's what I'm looking to trade on Polymarket. For today's Detroit game, Polymarket is giving Detroit a 52% chance to win against Miami, which is great value for a win I believe in. The Pistons are first in the East, and they just lost to Brooklyn. They'll be motivated to get this road win. For those reasons, I am taking Detroit to win this game at 52%. $100 wins you $192 if Detroit takes the dub. Plus, with Polymarket, you can trade in and out on momentum shifts without getting blocked or penalized. With in-game trading, once the Pistons get up, I can either ride it all the way out or I can sell early. For example, if you buy at 52% and sell at just 80%, you could snag a cool $154 payout. I like Detroit to get off to an early lead because, like I said, they are hungry. You can't do this with a traditional sports book, so get started today. Polymarket is legal in all 50 states. Download the app now to get to the top of the wait list. The only way to do that is by clicking my link in the description and comments. All right, I told you we got more trade rumors coming up on the show. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler put a deep dive out of the latest he's hearing in free agency ahead of the Frenzy Week, which is next week. So we've talked about A.J. Brown a little bit here on the show, but you're actually going to get a couple more receivers. Listen to this from Jeremy Fowler. Brown is the only receiver potentially available. Baltimore's Rasheed Bateman, L.A.'s Quentin Johnston, and Green Bay's Dontavian Wicks have come up in my talks. Teams have interest in Green Bay's Jaden Reed, but I don't sense the Packers would trade him at this point. But Johnston Wicks, Bateman, these are all wide receivers in trade rumors right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming in today. So let's talk about the three quickly as an option for Cleveland. I think the only one the Browns would really go out and get is Quentin Johnston, because you can see the numbers on your screen. You know, he is productive. The only issue with him is he has drop issues. I mean, I don't think it makes sense for Cleveland to get another receiver that's known for dropping the ball. It's Jerry Jeudy 2.0, but it might even be the Walmart version of Jerry Jeudy. He had 6 drops in 2024, 4 drops last year, so less than Jeudy actually. But he is, got that reputation going around for Quentin Johnston. Now, I do think he'd be a buy low candidate for the Browns, so we'll see if Andrew Berry, who is an aggressive GM, loves to make trades for wide receivers specifically, goes out and gets one of those 3, like a Dontavian Wicks, who is in trade talks. I do think Jayden Reed would have been a very nice land for the Browns if he was able to get dealt, but Fowler senses the Packers do not want to move on from Reed. Wicks would be the one that they are more likely to trade, as they've got Christian Watson back fully healthy, and they'll probably run with him for a little bit. But there is a free agent Packers wide receiver that could be in the mix for the Brownies. How about Romeo Doubs? Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? A little Shakespeare for you, producer Ethan, okay? We're a big English guy on the sticks today for us. Doubs is a free agent, and I think he's a very solid wide receiver too, with good upside. There's a market for Doubs, and if you're wondering, how available is he going to be? Is he going to just re-sign with the Packers? Well, get this. We got this report from Fowler of ESPN as well. Romeo Doubs is set to hit the market. Talks with Green Bay did not result in a deal. He will have several suitors. That means to me, wide receiver needy team like the Browns will be one of those suitors depending on the price tag for Romeo Doubs. I started to allude how he's a very solid wide receiver too. Like, he's been used in a bunch of different ways in that Packers offense, okay? Anywhere from wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 3. And I do think he's got deep playability. He's got good size. Doesn't drop it that often either. Check out 724 receiving yards last season, 6 touchdowns. I think it'd be a quality piece to add to the Browns' wide receiver room. Now, I do think their main plan is to draft wide receiver. I think that's how they plan on getting this room fixed, to sign a wide receiver 1 straight up in the first round on a rookie deal. But Doubs, you're looking on the cheapest side, is probably $12 million a year. I think he goes all the way up to $16, $17 million a year annual value. Another receiver I love for Cleveland is Rasheed. I do think that with his special teams big playability, that would be a dream landing for the Cleveland Browns. And guess what? I would rather pay him or one of them than overpay for Alec Pierce, okay? Why is Pierce getting all the buzz as wide receiver 1 in free agent market? I'm not saying he's not talented. I've liked Pierce's game for a while, but now that everybody else likes Pierce's game, I'm starting to like it a little bit less. All right, Fowler says he's about to get $27 million annually in free agency. We're not paying Alec Pierce $27 million. I'd much rather get a rookie wide receiver, or like I said, for cheaper, you can get Romeo Doubs or Rasheed. Much better option for the Cleveland Browns, and so we will see which way they elect to go next week. But I want you to let me know, a wide receiver, the Browns should go after. Who do we need to add to this roster? Comment one name in the comment section. I know we got a lot of people that know ball watching this channel, so give me a name in the comment section. I'll go through and read who you got. But I love Rasheed for similar price to Doubs, but you get that game-changing special teams return ability, maybe the best returner in all of the NFL. A lot of Browns fans want to talk about Tyler Linderbaum. We need a center. We need every position on the offensive line right now. But I have some bad news if you want Tyler Linderbaum. I believe, sources tell me, Linderbaum's going to get a record-setting deal. We're talking for a center at least $18 million annually. I think you're looking even north of $20 million annually, $22 million. Like, he is going to get a payday tomorrow, and I don't think the Browns are going to continue pursuing him. I'm hearing the Commanders are hot on Linderbaum. The Raiders are going to go all in on Linderbaum. Giants even expressing interest. We'll see what the Patriots elect to do after trading their center. They have a rookie that they could move, Jared Wilson, back to center. He played center in college, but regardless, there's a lot of teams going after him. The Ravens want to try and get him back, and they're all going to go all in. I think Cleveland is going to back out of this bidding war as they try to re-sign Bush and use their cap space for other moves, and, well, they can't compete with the big cap space havers this year like the Patriots. Daniel Oyefusi of ESPN also says, as free agent centers already start to dry up, it's worth noting that Andrew Barry says Luke Whippler will be good to go, despite being carted off in the season finale. If you guys were watching that with me, Travis Switzer, our new offensive coordinator, or Schweitzer, I should say, also named Whippler as someone he's excited to work with on the roster. Now, I'll say this about Luke Whippler. He's young, but he had a lot of struggles last year. He did. Pass blocking and run blocking. There were some bad moments on his film. Now, everybody had bad moments on film last year on the O-line, so this is a developmental project for sure if you want to roll with Whippler. I still would like to bring in another center, but the Browns tell us they're going to go that way. Let's see if Monken and Warhop can develop Whippler quicker than he has been. Fowler of ESPN also has some linebacker rumors for the Browns. Check this out. Caden Ellis has fans around the league among the previous staffs he has played for. Okay, that is San Francisco and also the Browns. Mike Rutenberg, our new defensive coordinator, coached up Ellis in Atlanta, among others. And though Cleveland has interest in re-signing Devin Bush at linebacker, I'll tell you this. Both are going to be pricey linebackers, double-digit millions. I think $12 million a year. It's a safe bet for Devin Bush. 10 to 12 for Caden Ellis as well. But Ellis is an absolute dog, right? If you can't get Bush back, Caden Ellis was everywhere on the field last year. Great at applying pressure. Good off-ball linebacker. I would say Ellis is definitely a dog that could join the dog pound if Cleveland can't get Bush back. But he is a little bit on the older side. He is 30, 31, I believe. I think Cleveland's number one priority is getting Devin Bush back. That's why it's been reported multiple times. Hopefully they can do that after his standout year last year. Bush only 27 years old still. But again, that's going to be $12 million of your cap space. So, don't expect big splashes if you're also someone that wants Devin Bush to be re-signed. And I do think Cleveland is trying to prioritize doing that. A guard they can go out and get, though. Check this out from Mike Garafolo, NFL Insider. Connor McGovern back for the Bills. So we lost out on McGovern, but David Edwards seems headed to the market. Big money in the ballpark awaits him, all right? Saints could be an option for him, but money's going to tell the story here for David Edwards, who's a very solid offensive guard. Like I said, Cleveland needs tackles, they need guards, they need centers. We definitely going to need guards. We don't know what's going on with Joel Bitonio right now at the time we're recording this video. So some of Edwards' PFF grades from last season, he's just a very solid guard. Strong, good to have on your line, above average for sure. Overall grade of 71.1, only allowed 2 sacks last year as well at guard. That's pretty good. And that was in 1,035 snaps, folks, just 2 sacks. So I think it's a very strong option for the Browns, but he could be expensive. For a guard to get close to $20 million a year, that's a lot. That's what David Edwards' market might be. I like him a lot for Cleveland. I don't think they're going to get in a bidding war for Edwards either, to be honest. You get one splash, folks, one splash, and so you got to choose if you want to use it on receiver, guard, center, whatever the top names are that may be, but I'm giving you the latest here, and we can make our pick. I do think if the Browns overpay someone, because that's what also happens, is these bidding wars, then the price gets too high. Cleveland's not in the market to overpay. But if they're going to, I think it's going to be Rasheed Walker. I think they want to get that left tackle spot sorted out. DeJuan Jones struggling and then got hurt. I think we've seen enough on film to say DeJuan Jones a little bit too slow. They said he'll be good to go next year, but I think left tackle's a need they're going to address. Now, Rasheed Walker could be that move. So could Taylor Decker. I think would be a big-time land for the Browns. But keep an eye on Walker tomorrow and next week. Update on Mike Evans. Guys, we got a lot today. I'm telling you, this is free agency frenzy. Diana Rossini says Mike Evans plans on exploring his options in free agency. Okay, he's hitting the market. There's a Todd Monken connection here with Mike Evans. Mary Kay just reported that the Browns are interested in Mike Evans. Problem is, I don't think Mike Evans will be interested in the Browns. He's a lot older. I imagine he wants to go to a contending team here. I also imagine he wants to get paid. Like you're thinking, I think he wants close to $20 million, which is what he got last year. And I'm not paying that much for an older, injured Mike Evans. Do I still love his game? Yeah, he's 6'5". He's a wide receiver one that gets 1,000 yards every year when he's healthy. I just don't think Cleveland's going to overpay an older wide receiver. I think, again, draft is what you're looking at for that wide receiver one. I'm going to give you guys some names to watch tomorrow so that you can have some fun with us as all the notifications come in and I make videos for you guys. So turn your notifications on, but here's some names. Link to Cleveland you can look out for tomorrow. We've talked about likely on the show. Bitonio, Walker, Some Cleveland Browns, are they coming back? Martin Emerson and Devin Bush. I think if Emerson comes back, they might even explore moving him to safety, but pretty nice to have him back at cornerback 3. Taylor Decker, some offensive linemen on this list too. Josh Jones, Dillon Gabriel, Chris Paul, all guys that Cleveland could sign for a little cheaper on the O-line, and Braxton Jones, too, over from Chicago. So look out for these guys tomorrow, as well as the ones that I've named already. Don't miss out on the fun. I'm going live on the channel, so don't miss it. Hit the subscribe button. It's going to be so much fun. We'll be live all day as notifications come flying in. We can hang out, react together. I'll give you the news and analysis of everyone the Browns are signing and looking to sign. So subscribe, join the party. We're going to have fun tomorrow, folks, and I appreciate you all watching the Browns Report. I've been your host, Joey O, and I'll see you next time with more Browns videos.